subject of today's interview is Apps for the Army. The Apps for the Army is an application development challenge designed to engage the Army community to develop valuable web and mobile applications across the Army. I'd like to welcome Mr. Michael Krieger, Deputy Cheif Information Officer, CIOG-6, to discuss this critically important effort. Sir, welcome.
Thanks, Bob.
Sir, I'd like to begin. Could you please describe the Apps for the Army challenge and why it's important to the Army?
Sure. So there's two purposes. The first purpose is to showcase what our folks can do, military and DA civilians, in developing applications on their own. The second is to pilot a new software development process for the Army that accentuates speed of development and security. Now, we've modeled it on the Apps for Democracy that was run in the District of Columbia very successfully.
That's great. Why is it important to the Army as an enterprise?
Well, for a couple of reasons. So we're leveraging two capabilities that DIS has put out, and we're going to try to leverage. One of them is this RACE, which offers a secure operating environment to develop applications inexpensively. It's like a little bit of cloud computing for DoD. And the second one is Forge.mil, which is a collaborative environment for really all the services to share what they're doing. So this will use both of them. The second thing is the Army has a challenge to do software development quicker and faster and cheaper and more securely. This is an opportunity to pilot some initial thoughts that we have.
Sir, who's eligible to participate? So
it's open to all active duty, both active, reserve, National Guard, and all Department of the Army civilians this first round. Intent is to probably open the aperture a little bit further next round, but first round, that's who it's open to.
When will this program be announced?
So the exciting thing is it starts 1 March.
Great. And where can I go to sign up?
So it's going to be on AKO, and there's going to be a banner on AKO. And it's going to be restricted. We're going to do the first 100 people that sign up for this opportunity.
So there's a bit of exclusivity to this thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. What kind of apps can I create?
Well, so we've scoped it. And again, this is part of how do you go quicker? You create some operating environments. So for Microsoft, we said you can do a .NET app or a SharePoint web part. Mm-hmm. We said that for Linux, you can use the LAMP stack, the Linux, Apache, MySQL, Python. Or you can do an Android app, or you can do an iPhone app, or you can do a BlackBerry app.
That sounds exciting. What's in it for the military and civilian personnel besides more work?
Well, besides being able to say that you did it, we are going to recognize those folks whose applications win by a monetary award, incentive award, essentially.
How would you describe the end state of this whole thing if it exceeded your wildest dreams?
So I'd be thrilled if we end up with 10 to 15 apps that we then put into the wild on the net, NIPRNet and SIPRNet, and watch the acceptance of the apps by the Army community. One of the constraints for this that we've said is that at the end of the period of the contest, your app's got to be completed, certified, completed con, and it goes into the wild, and we can really track the popularity of the applications.
That's great. Where do I go to register and find out more information?
So you go to AKO. There should be a banner in AKO announcing as we approach 1 March. And also, if you go to the CIOG-6 homepage in AKO, it's announced there.
That's great. Any final thoughts, sir?
No, I think this is it's a great opportunity to participate in the transformation of the Army. The Army's got to keep pace with where industry's going. Everybody's developing apps now. We've got to harness that potential within the Army.
Sir, thanks for your insightful comments. We look forward to seeing the results of the Apps for the Army Development Challenge. No doubt the software applications developed will help meet Army objectives.